All right, who do we have here?
My name is Shaheen Harara.
And what did you do?
I won OTS Miami.
Congratulations. Any shout outs?
BSB, and my sponsor, my wife, and my little ones.
Okay, man. Congratulations, man. Let's get to the deck list.
So, I mean, this is really close to, almost identical to Torres's list, so really nothing special. I made a couple of modifications for the tournament down here, but I mean, it's 50 cards. For my Despia cards, I played 3 Albaz, 2 Quem, and 1 Traj. You need these cards. This is like your 1-card starter. I played 2 copies of this because it comes up in the grind game. Sometimes you'll need to summon another one of these. If you get nibbed, you still want to end with this card on the board to play, and even puppet lock. So that's it for the Despia cards. I think this ratio is nice. I didn't need ad lib. I didn't care much for ad lib. And we played, this guy is the MVP. Fallen of Albaz. You need 3 copies, no less. This is the correct lineup. 2 Cartesia. I was playing 3 for the longest time, but sometimes you draw this alone and it doesn't do anything, so it's really dead. I think this is a decent number. I played 3 Albion the Shrouded Dragon. This card's actually, like, I underestimated this card. This card's insane. It's an upstart. It lets you fix your hand a little bit. It lets you bury cards. It's a great card. It also counts as Albaz in the graveyard, so you can summon this if this is in your hand. So Tri-Brigade McCourier. I also wanted to play 2 copies of this card, but it is very hard to find room in this deck. This deck is weird. So we played the Edgent package. So I like this engine. Although it loses to Droll, it still gives you another line to play. This deck discards a lot, so I think that this package is pretty good. Moving forward, I don't know. It's kind of risky because if you open this or this, like, this is priority to summon because Droll, like, you may only get 1 search that turn, so you have to, like, prioritize very carefully.
I like to watch. Maybe I'll take it.
And then I played
I guess if everybody else
1 and 1. These cards are just a means to an end. They don't really, like, you don't really need that many Bistials, though moving forward maybe you do. Like a Magnum up main deck or something like that. It gets you to your other dragons, but apparently it's pretty decent against the Snake Eyes deck, so you could stop the IP. So you stop a lot of disruption. Everybody hates this card. It is, I agree. It's not fun. However, why not play it? You're gonna auto win most of the time. Card's insane, especially against Snake Eye, where they have so much gas that just stops them in their tracks. I played Super Poly. That was a victim. So I had I played 3 Super Poly. The card's really good. I don't play Garura, so in certain matchups it's really awkward, but I feel that Garura in the grand scheme of things doesn't do anything to advance your game state. There was a play that I made, well, not pertaining to this, but like I at least made this guy Magnum off of this and Patchwork, the Patchwork engine from my hand. Summon this, spin a Poly, and then I drew like a card that allowed me to play the game. This card's a good disruption, but we'll get to that later. So yeah, I prioritize that over Garura. 3 Fusion Deployment. I wish this card was a branded card, but alas, this card's insane. It lets you break boards. It eats up and negate. The card's crazy. I think this is the only deck in the format that could abuse this card because you have so many targets. You have Deployment. You have the Patchwork. You have the Patchwork engine. Your side deck. There's so many cards. Like, this deck is just essentially all gas featuring Gimmick Lock. But like going second, this card's like crazy because you can add Branded Fusion like as your last card, and then you play, you Fusion Summon, and usually you win. 2 talents. I wanted to play 3 copies of this, but I couldn't find the space. Like just getting drolled and then ripping a card out of the hand is phenomenal. And then Call by the Grave. I hate that this is at 1. It should be at 3 or none, but whatever.
I can stop the puppet.
Yeah, stop the puppet 2024. Please, Konami. So 3 Branded Fusion. This is the heart and soul of the deck. This is the deck's identity, which is its only like flaw, but I don't know, I love this deck. 3 opening. It's good for the Fire King decks and the Fire Princess and all that because it protects your cards. You cannot Quem send this down, by the way, for future reference. 3 Branded High Spirits. It goes with the dragons in your deck. I kind of want to play a higher dragon count with this card, maybe moving forward. I don't know. I might not play this deck anymore either. 2 Branded Red. It comes up a lot where you can break boards on their turn and then set on your turn and then blow them out. Generally speaking, Branded Lost. I almost played 2 copies of this card, but it's not that. I don't know. It's space, really space. Retribution and Duplication. I cut the Foolish Burial for a second Quem because Foolish Burial loses to droll harder, and it's really, really bad if you get drolled under Foolish because your actions are limited. But yeah, this card's crazy. This card copies Branded Fusion, so if your Branded Fusion gets ashed, set it, boom, you know, you fusion summon and kill your opponent. This card is phenomenal too. It's a Solemn Warning, which is huge against Snake Eye when they tribute to special summon a dude from the deck. You just hit them with this, and that kind of stings. So that's the main deck. Droll, it doesn't really, I don't know. I hate this card. I hate hand traps. I don't know. It's weird, but this card just doesn't do enough sometimes, and sometimes it could end the turn. It's a love-hate relationship. I think the card is okay. Like, if there are like Vanadium players like creeping around, at least you have something for them. Like, I don't know. 3 Cosmic Cyclone. I think this card is really decent. You hit Floodgates, obviously, but when you normal summon or special summon something, you can hit like the Flame Burge or the IPs or whatever. I don't think this card is as bad. It's decent. You can also hit the Fire King's field spell, but I think people are deviating from that variant. This card is pretty good. I only saw it a handful of times today, but the one noticeable thing was going second against Flu. I sided this in, and I activated it on their Rubina summon, and then they were like dead in the water. They couldn't play after that, so maybe it's not bad. I don't know. Card's pretty good. I liked it. And then we played 2 Dark Ruler. It's a thrust target, so my ratios are a little weird. I play like a few. Like, I play 2 of these because I play 3 thrusts, so it's like having 5 copies of Dark Ruler, no more. It shuts down Voiceless Voice. Some of them are doing Jowan Lock, some of them are doing some other crazy stuff. It didn't come up today against the matchup, the Shadow Aerial, but I think it would have been decent. This card is also good against like Sprite. God forbid somebody plays that deck. And then I play 2 Evenly. Again, it's 5 copies of Evenly Matched. It's decent. I don't know. I think it's decent. Like with breaking boards of the Snake Eye stuff, it's decent. Hurts Kashtira. I don't know. It hurts a couple of decks here and there. I don't know. It was decent. It wasn't bad. Lightning Storm and Feather Duster just feel like they're in a weird position at this moment in time. And then DDG, I didn't resolve it, but I imagine it would have been really good. I don't know. It's another target going first. And then shout out Alex. I have to respect the Pearly deck. I hate cats. Ban them all. And then for the extra deck, what did I do? So for the extra deck, I played Albion the Sanctifier. So like, I like this card. I think it's a cool concept because it plays around like Lightning Storm and Evenly Matched. However, this thing is associated with a lot of evil things, so maybe this card could see a chop in the future. I don't know. I'd hate to see it go because I really love this card, but it does some degenerate stuff. It's a custom card, really. 2 Jade. I think this card's crazy. I think 2 is the right number. I was playing 1 for a little bit, but you need the recursion to banish Snake Eye cards, and this card gets the job done. 2 copies of Albion. You have to play 2. I played 1 Lubellion, and then 1 Rimbrum, and then a Titaniclad end phase. Like, you can send these 2, and you have Quem and the whole setup, and then like the Speller Trap set. So that's it for like the branded fusions. And then Chimera, card's crazy. It deals with boards. It blows up the Fire King field spell. It lets you draw cards, so you could draw into like, I don't know, Mistaken Arrest or like Droll or whatever, your side deck really. There was another, no, that was it. And then Magnum, this card is, I can't stress enough how crazy this card is. I've won games off of a simplified game state where I would summon Quem with this and just throw a Branded Fusion down into the graveyard, and like I would just control the pace of the game with this card. I think this card is really good. It also helps you draw into cards, which I think is crazy. Drawing is broken in Yu-Gi-Oh! Draco Stapelia. I almost want to cut this card, but every time you get shifted, this card just kind of saves you. Unless they have gas, I don't know. Yeah, if this is your only disruption against that deck, and it like slows them down even for a turn, just to give them the turn back to you, then like this is good. By that I mean like Castira or Fluenderies. Like 1 negate on the Fluenderies could end their turn, or not. I don't know. 1 Granguinol. This card is insane too. I would argue that this card should probably get slapped too, but I don't know. What do I know? 1 Queritus. This card is phenomenal against Voiceless Voice. You turn their guys off, you put pressure on them. They either have to negate with the Omni Negate guy, Skull Knight, or, you know, their guys are at 0 and you run them over. I think this card's crazy. Even if this dies, you get Albaz, so you're still taking a body off the board. Card's really good. Masquerade, we don't need to talk about that card. And Mud Dragon is your super poly target, and apparently the patchwork target. And I think that's about it. Thank you. Shout out to Cool Stuff as well for the tournament. Great tournament experience. Love everybody here, friends, family. You're all the same. And that's it, really.
Shout out BSB.
Shout out BSB.
Let's go.
All right, man. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.